Okay, welcome grade 9 to this your 12th Reachback of the quarantine period. Thanks for participating. It means a lot that you continue your studies. It will pay off when you get to grade 10. You will be much farther ahead than those that aren't doing the Reachbacks. Let's start right with our answer to our riddle. What should you never mention? Why should you never mention the number 288? Because it's what? Let's look at our 8 answers. The first question says x to the exponent of 16 divided by x to the 10. Remember, when you have this, keep your base and subtract your exponents, which will give us an answer of x to the exponent of 6, which is going to be cubed times x to the power of 2. Here, when we have x cubed, what that really means is x to the exponent of 6 multiplied by itself 3 times, which will be the same thing as x with 6 plus 6 plus 6, which is x to the 18 multiplied by x squared, which will give you a final answer of x to the exponent of 20. So 20 is our missing exponent, and therefore our first letter in our answer is going to be T. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Question number 2. It says negative 2 squared. Remember, this here does not equal this. Okay, this kind of means the opposite of 2 squared, or a negative 1 coefficient of 2 squared, whatever you want to think of it as. So therefore, it's the opposite of 2 squared. So the opposite of 4 is negative 4. Plus negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 is negative 27. And 2 cubed is 8. So when we simplify the e in bed mass, we get this expression. Negative 4 and negative 27 is negative 31. And negative 31 plus 8 is 23 negatives. So negative 23 is our answer. So 23 is there. So our next letter in our answer is W. Oops. It's at the top of my T. The third question. Let's go bring this up here. The third question gives us a algebra question with distributive property. We could expand using distributive property first if we want to multiply both terms inside the bracket by negative 4.5. Or, alternatively, since I have negative 4.5 groups of 2x minus 3, I can divide both sides by negative 4.5 to get 2x minus 3 is equal to, take my 148.5 divided by 4.5. I know it's going to be negative, so negative 33 is my answer. Add 3 to both sides. I get 2x equals negative 30. Divide both sides by 2, and x equals negative 15. So go back to here. The 15th letter of the alphabet is 0. So I have TWO. Because it's 2, go back to here. We have just an integer question. So we have negative 5 multiplied by the sum of this, which is 7. So negative 5 times 7 minus negative 49. This is going to give me negative 35, take away negative 49, divided by 2. Keep, flip, change. I'm going to get 1014 over 2, which equals 7. Going back to here, 7 is G. So because it's 2G, it's coming together nicely, though. Let's look at the next one. Oops, daisy. We have a fraction question. So when we do this, the first thing we're going to do is our multiplication here. So I'm going to take my highlighter. I'm going to do this multiplication right here first. Negative 5/9 plus negative 7/18. Common denominator is 18, so I'm going to change this because I'm adding. This is going to become negative 10/18. And when I keep the base and subtract the exponents, sorry, keep the denominator and add the numerators, I get negative 17/18. So my missing number is 18. Go back up here, and the 18th letter is R. Moving right along. Our next question is the square root of a mixed fraction. It's always easiest when you have the square root of a mixed fraction to change it to the square root of an improper fraction. So that's going to be 81 times 2 is 162, plus that is going to be 225 over 81. What fraction multiplied by itself is 225 over 81? The answer is 15 ninths. So our missing number here is 15. Go back up here. Your 15th letter again is 0. Or O, excuse me, not 0. Because it's to grow. Oh, I think I see what the answer is going to be. The 8th prime number. Well, 2 is your first. 3 is your second. 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 19 is your 8th prime number. So the 18 is R. Oh, did I do a mistake there? Sorry, 19. 19, S. Oopsie daisy. And our last question is an algebra question. I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides to get rid of the constant. X minus 3 over negative 2 equals negative 8. Multiply both sides by negative 2. X minus 3 equals 16. Add 3 to both sides, you get x equals 19. Go back up to your answer. 19 again is S. So the answer to your riddle, why should you never mention the number 288? Because it's too gross. Remember, a gross is a dozen. A gross is a dozen or 144. So 2 gross, of course, would be 288. Ha ha ha, pun intended. Thank you guys for doing your work. Tune in on Monday for your next Reachback questions. Thanks for visiting. As always, wash your hands, maintain good social distancing, and don't let your boomer parents drive you crazy.